Oh, so hi. This is my YouTube video. I wanted to do a personal video about all the problems I've been having recently with hiatus hernia and stomach problems, basically. So this is a welcome to my video presentations about my health problems with. Well, in the UK it seems to be called hiatus hernia. That's for me here. I'm in the UK. Sometimes it seems to be called hiatal hernia in the USA. I found more videos on YouTube about it from America, but it doesn't seem to be that much from the UK about it. I've just had a really bad time over this year with this problem, and the GP's done absolutely nothing to help me, and I just wanted to do a video so that maybe I can find out and contact people who have had the same problem, the same symptoms, and just talk about it, and also start maybe that, because I never knew about hiatus hernia until I had it either. I'd heard of hernia, but I never had I never heard of hiatus hernia. This is like, so I've done it like a tried to do it like a presentation because I thought it would be easier to follow it, and then if anyone has any comments, rather than just speaking into the camera, I could do it as a presentation. But it's not like this is me. I'm here, so no problem. It's a real person with a real problem. I'm just doing it like this because it was nice to have it laid out and I could talk about the things in order. So this is going to be a series of videos I'm going to do. Like, it's going to be at least 3 parts, I think. Basically, it starts off. I decided I tried to split it out so it's in logical order as well. So I wanted to do this is just what I'm going to be covering. This is the introduction video. This isn't actually any of the content. So what's in this video series, it will be in at least 3 parts. So just to confirm again, this is about my health problems with hiatus hernia. I live in London, UK, and I want to tell the world, or tell people in the UK or anyone, that what's happened to me, because it's been terrible. I've been left by the NHS and it's just been horrible. Haven't been able to do exercise or even play golf. I couldn't even play golf because of it. So part 1 is what I'm going to do in the next video. Part one, description of the symptoms. I'm going to go through what happened was it's been like chronic as well, because it didn't just happen. I had some stomach problems last year, and then it just got gradually worse and worse, and then over the last couple of months it was just terrible. I couldn't even stay awake all day. Mostly, yeah, part 1 is most recently becoming severely life destroying. It's like you can't have a normal life or play golf or do exercise. Every time, and the other thing I should need to put on there is every time you eat, then you're going to have more problems, and that is really quite a big problem in life, isn't it? Obviously, because you just, as a human, more or less always eating. You have lunch, then you have breakfast, and you have lunch, and then you have dinner. So your life is built around that, having meals and you eating all the time. The trouble is, when you got hiatus hernia, for me, every time I ate something, I knew it's going to cause me more problems. So then I hopefully I'll be able to talk about the effect that it had on my physical and mental health. Yes, part 1, part 3 will be. It's been a long-term condition. It was like how it started off, slowly, chronically. It wasn't that bad when it started off. I just had some stomachache, but I don't know whether it happened is that I actually had it probably got worse, or it moved more as time's gone on. It wasn't too bad to start with, like last year, but now it's just, yeah. And it was just really because I wanted people to know that I couldn't work full time, not doing exercise regularly, can't even play golf. It's just like debilitating. It's horrible. It was horrible. Really couldn't like just do normal exercise and felt like, yeah, going back to the mental health, it just makes you depressed and stressed, anxious and everything, especially for me because I've been self-employed, couldn't get sick pay. No one seems to understand what the problems that you've got here as well, because when you say to the GP, like, I don't think they even understand what hiatus hernia is. They don't know what it is. They're just useless. They don't know what they're talking about. And so, yeah, that's why I want to go on to part 2 to talk about how the GP failed me and left me with just OMEPROZOLE for at least 10 months. So all they did was, I was having all these problems. Every time I was eating, about 2 hours afterwards, I had horrible burps and stuff like that. And the GP did nothing this year to help me. Just gave me OMEPROZOLE. Also had a test for irritable bowel syndrome, but they had a false positive as well, so that just wasted more time. I'm not sure because they also didn't help me about, you have to do a stool sample, poo sample, and they didn't like help me about how to get the sample properly. And the horrible GP, just when I rang up and I was asking questions, and they're just complaining about how much the test costs, and that I shouldn't be ringing, it's not an emergency and stuff like that. Also over this year, it's been horrible. I've had to keep on ringing and filling out e-consult forms just to get an appointment. I couldn't get anyone to see me. I know we've had COVID, but it's just been ridiculous. Even at the moment, we're waiting. It was only because I kept on ringing up that I got another appointment. Otherwise, they just would have left me without any. There was no care plan. There was no plan of what tests they're going to do, whether to get an endoscopy or anything. They just left me, and I'm well behind with the test. So I'm waiting for a H. pylori test result at the moment. I said, can they speed it up or anything? They just said no, they're not interested. I said I had a lot of problems, but they don't care. So that will be part two. I'm going to go into more detail things about it. Then in part 3 of this series, I wanted to look at my own research on the condition hiatus hernia, written description. So that will be written description, readout. 2, I found some good information on the internet about it, especially with the pictures that I found now, and people have had barium swallows, and you can actually see what the problem is, rather than a doctor they don't explain what that problem is. They didn't even say what it is. I just found out on my own. So then I'll do go over some pictures with the stomach and the diaphragm and the skeleton connections of ribs and spine, and how I think it's all connected. That will be part 3. I'm looking for a video. I don't know whether there's an online one of an endoscopy where someone has got the hiatus hernia, because I did have an endoscopy. That was November 2020, but they didn't video it. They just took screenshots, and also they haven't got a copy of it. Apparently they don't have a copy of the video here. They don't do actual recorded video. They just do screenshots of it, which seems a bit stupid. Part 4 is description. Part 4 of this will be descriptions which led me to desperation, which led me to self-treatment. So I've actually got some treatment of my own sorted out. Oh, okay. I cut it with these. I cut some off my big toe now. That was.
I've got some quite strong scissors. Do you want those?
No, it's okay.